And welcome to the channel. I am currently headed to Continental Motorworks in West Nashville because we're currently chasing this weird clanking sound at the front of the car, and I think I have a lead. Meanwhile, I figure I'd just discuss 5 things I wish I had in our last track day 2 months ago. Number 1 would be better brakes. The brakes on this car aren't half bad, but when I was driving at 100 miles per hour, I wasn't super confident I'd be able to stop consistently. So I didn't. I had problems whenever I was diving into a turn because I couldn't figure out how to safely and quickly brake. My braking zones were all over the place and it was pretty frustrating. I wanted to be able to pick a number and just slow down right then, just be able to slam it. But it gave a lot of resistance when I tried to do that. It wasn't the most comfortable and it wasn't the most confidence inspiring. So for that reason, I really would have liked to have bigger brakes or any kind of upgraded brake kit. I am looking at potentially Stop Tech. It would be nice to have Brembos, but that's way too big of a deal. I don't think it's gonna take that to get the job done next time around, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking at more high performance brakes going into the next track day that we're planning to do at the end of this year. Number 2, next up would be suspension upgrades. And by that, I am referencing potentially coilovers. I'm not crazy about the idea of dropping my car or putting it on an aftermarket suspension, as a lot of people say it's not the most comfortable ride in the world. However, apparently it could have been more useful to have a tighter suspension going into the turns. Not only was I not able to be pretty confident in slowing down and diving into turns, the car is so heavy and the lighter cars were able to just slide in right behind and around me. Even though it's a coupe, this car is pretty heavy, and going into turns, I really felt it. And that got easier with time, but I definitely couldn't make those turns as fast as lighter vehicles or just cars with much better suspensions than the one that comes stock in this car, which is something that a lot of people complain about with the 335. So I figured, hey, why not put some M3 parts on it? Maybe some M3 sway bars, anything that I could get my hands on. And it turns out it's kind of easier to do that with the rear-wheel drive models. I have all-wheel, so I decided to reach out to someone in a Facebook group that I'm a part of. They make some high-performance bushings for the control arms. So I figured I'd just buy those off of him, give them a shot, and maybe they'll make a really big difference next track day. That, and I really am going to consider switching to BC Racing coilovers because those are probably my best chance of being the most comfortable and getting the most versatility out of the car. I'm also looking at strut mount bars on the front and rears. Actually, I may only be able to do it in the front. Next up would have to be tires. I currently have all-season Michelin Pilot Sports. I like them. I mean, I just do casual driving when I'm not driving at 100 miles per hour, which I've done one time. I'm a novice. I'm not trying to act like I'm a race car driver now. I'm just talking about what I know I would like to do to get better at it over time. The guys at Continental actually, which I've now reached, actually recommended to me that I try out Firehawks. So maybe this summer, this fall, sometime before the next track day, I think I'll put Firehawks on my car and see how it does. Gonna go inside real quick. I will be right back. I'm back. Next up at number 4 would be Downpipes. I've actually been reluctant to do Downpipes and go to MHD Stage 2 Plus, partially because I don't really need the power. This is my street car. I just drive it around all the time. I'm not trying to get in trouble. Regardless, that's not what it's about. I'm basically content with where the car is right now. But when I was out on the track, there were so many moments when I was like, I'm gonna catch this guy. And if I had just a little more power, I would have had a better chance of gaining on them. But it's that thing where I was saying earlier, the car's a pretty heavy car. That gives me a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to smaller horsepower cars that are lighter. Yeah, so a little more speed would be nice. And lastly, at number 5 would be riding with an instructor. My brother actually rode with an instructor, and right afterwards, he got infinitely better.
Yeah, I'd say don't worry about it, you know.
It was actually our friend Michael, and hopefully maybe he'll ride with me next time. He offered and I actually declined that day because I was just having fun and I figured, hey, I just want to mess with it. I know that we're going to do this another time. Hey, I'm going to just have some fun, not take this too seriously, and sort of figure it out for myself before stressing myself out. But dude, after my brother had Michael ride with him, he was unstoppable. I had no idea where he went. Yes. He is moving! To that, I think it would be really good to ride with an advanced driver, because after my brother did that, it was just game over. And on top of that, this other guy we met there, Ben, he was driving the Mazda. He just figured it out. It's like they just saw the Matrix after that, and they were just flying. So yeah, those are the 5 things I wish I had in our first track day. And it looks like our next track day will be in November when Binge Tokyo comes back. And does not get old. When it comes to that small list of things, brakes, suspension, tires, and downpipes, that's not that much to want to get done by the time it's the end of the year. So it's not like it's a massive list with unattainable goals that I can't do by November. So as of right now, I do intend to get a better brake kit, upgraded control arm bushings installed. I will do my downpipes, ideally, and I will probably have new tires. Well, I should have new tires by the time we head back out there. It doesn't take too much to track the car, and I'm really excited to do it again. Given I don't have any additional complications, hopefully I can get it all done by November. So hopefully you see you then. I have some really fun aesthetic upgrades, and they're kind of subtle, but I think they're really cool, so I'm probably gonna make videos on those soon and upload them. I haven't been active on this channel in a while. There just hasn't been that much going on. So yeah, follow me on Instagram at lo-fi_335, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon.